Welcome back to the Self Revolution podcast. Today, we are diving into the Anya Meditation Method. This is something that I feel like has been on my heart to create and share for so many years, really a decade. And it is now finally coming to fruition. And let me tell you, I have experienced so much resistance around actually putting this out, as it feels like something that is so near and dear to my heart. It feels freaking scary to open myself up like this to the world and to share a practice that has fundamentally transformed me at the deepest levels of my own soul. When I started meditating, I didn't really have a solid teacher and I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. I remember just sitting there and being with my mind and trying to follow my breath and not being sure if I was doing it right. And as I would progress through different layers of my mind and explore different aspects of myself, I didn't really have any place to go to really talk to someone or to see whether what I was doing was quote unquote right. And it was such a process of me just learning myself and trusting my own process and reading texts and starting to see the reflection of what they were saying in my own body and my own mind. Outside of traditional yoga teacher trainings, there are, meditation immersions where you can go vipassanas for days at a time and sit in silent meditations. And then there are also so many apps out there that walk you through guided meditations. Yet, I feel like there's a huge missed opportunity of actually teaching you how to meditate yourself and to build your own practice. Because that has actually been what is so transformative for me. You can certainly use guided meditations and practice that way. And there are so many benefits of just doing that. But to really unlock the full potential of yourself, the full potential of meditation, be able to live in a state of meditation, that requires a dedication of yourself. To the practice, but also there is a system, right? There is structure. There is a proven way of being able to move through these different stages of your mind, to be able to explore your mind, to really help you reconnect to the core of who you are. And this is exactly what I am sharing in the Anya Meditation Method. Today, we're going to talk about why I created the Anya Meditation Method, how it's different from traditional or app-based approaches to meditation. We'll touch on the roots of meditation from the Yoga Sutras and the Vedic view, and then ultimately how this method is really built for the modern human being, how it takes the ancient art and science of meditation and applies it to modern living, so that you are able to live from a state of meditation and evolve yourself and your life from a place of deep connection. When I started meditating, I really taught myself. I kind of felt like a lone wolf. I was reading these ancient texts and experiencing it in my own body, but I didn't really have a community or people that I could turn to ask what was happening. And so it really was a very direct experience of learning myself, of darshana. And over the years, I experienced many fits and stops and starts and stops, and began to retrain myself again and again to come back to the state of meditation, all really rooted in the ancient texts of Vedic philosophy, of the Yoga Sutras, but in my own way of experiencing it. And then I really took it a step farther in terms of actually creating my life from this place of deep connection from myself, from a state of connection with source or samadhi, and listening and living and aligning my life from that place of deep connection. So pretty much all of my decisions now come from that state of connection. When I try to decide where I'm going to go or live or create or be on this podcast, what I'm going to say, presentations, all of that now for me is created from a place of meditation, this living art of meditation. And that is exactly what I'm bringing to you in the Anya Meditation Method. It is a structured system that helps bring you through these stages of awareness to evolve your mind and ultimately help you live from a state of meditation. Our modern lives have changed so much from when many of these original texts around meditation were written, right? The modern world looks vastly different. We have so much technology available to us, so many more choices available to us. And I believe that meditation is a living, breathing, evolving practice. It's a state of consciousness that ultimately evolves as we do. And so the Anya Meditation Method really honors that, right? We are taking the ancient tradition of meditation and the things that have been fundamentally really learned, almost these dharmic principles of our mind, and then evolving that to really meet the modern day world, right? So to help not just bring yourself to a state of meditation so that you can be at peace and oneness within, but to take that a level further where it actually becomes integrated into your day-to-day lives. Most of us today, I know for myself, I'm not going to live in the mountains and become a monk and meditate, for hours every single day. That is not what is in alignment with what I truly desire, nor is it how I think I can fulfill my full potential in life. There's so much beauty in that, but I think most of us today are still desiring to create things in life. We want to be a part of the modern world. And I view the Anya Meditation Method as a bridge between these two worlds. From my experience, most of the meditation apps out there today bring you through a guided visualization or meditation, which is so beautiful in its own right. But to really get the fruits of a full meditation practice, to tap into your full potential, I believe you really have to build your own meditation practice, a practice that works for you, that you can consistently show up for yourself every single day, and where you don't have to be attached to anything, right? You can go sit in the middle of the woods by yourself and you can meditate. Because meditation is really a state, again, of awareness. It's a state of your mind. It's a state of living. And so my hope is that you can begin to tap into that state anywhere, in any place, and you don't need anything outside of yourself to do that. So the Anya Meditation Method really equips you with the tools and the practice to be able to build it yourself. And it also recognizes that each of us are individuals. And so there is customization that's going to be required. When I went through my own meditation experience, there are so many different centering tools that can help you bring your mind into focus and ultimately help calm some of that chaos out there, refocus your attention, and to create a different environment in your mind. And so in the Anya Meditation Method, we explore a lot of these different types of centering tools so that you can choose what works best for you, and also recognize that at different stages of your own journey and your own evolution, you might desire to use different centering tools, just as I have in mine. My meditation practice does not look the same every single day. It changes, honestly, vastly between different days and weeks and months, depending on what I really need. And the Anya Meditation Method helps you tap into your own knowing of what do I need today and how do you create your meditation practice to be able to meet you where you are. I know the average person out there, maybe you, are likely not going to dive into the depths of ancient yogic and Vedic texts. So again, the Anya Meditation Method simplifies those teachings while still honoring them and weaving them into the method to make it more approachable for you to integrate it into your day-to-day. It also doesn't ask you to leave your life for multiple weeks or days at a time, but it is fundamentally rooted in an integrated practice where you show up for 30 minutes a day, and maybe that grows and expands as time goes on. but it's something that you can carry with you for the rest of your life. Because just like I shared in my own journey, the real magic happens when it is something that is approachable that you can do every single day, because ultimately that's how you can continue to see results in your own life. When I'm talking about meditation, I really am talking about accessing a deeper state of your own consciousness. And through the Yoga Sutras, through that lens of meditation, it is bringing yourself to a state of dhyana and ultimately samadhi, where you are merged with consciousness itself. So you really are connected to this broader field and one with this broader field of existence. And you're able to create your life from that place. So I did an entire episode earlier in season 1 that dives into more detail around the theory behind all of this. So feel free to tune into that for more information if you are interested in going into the depths of that. And we'll also be touching on that throughout the Anya meditation course. What I'm most excited about for this meditation method is that it is built for you. It is built for the modern human being who desires to create a life from a place of alignment. Today, it is so easy to get pulled every single which way and to not be sure what you believe or who you are or where you want to go. And this is applicable at every single age. I have seen this with teenagers and people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Often we are moving through life, in a secular way, and we come to these different periods in our life when we desire direction, right? You might be in one of those periods right now where you're trying to figure out where you want to go or what you want to do or who you want to be, or maybe you're feeling overwhelmed with emotion and chaos and your mind feels really, really busy. And you're trying to come back and experience a state of peace and calm. I think the truth is that many people in today's society, maybe you, have never actually experienced what it feels like to be in a place of deep contentment and peace and ease. This is exactly what the Anya Meditation Method is for. It is to help you build a system and structure in your life, in your practice, that allows you to consistently tap into that place. Believe me, I have been through a lot of challenges in my life, in all aspects of my life, from my relationship to my health, to family members dying, to all of the stuff that all of us are dealing with, the chaos and the tragedy that is happening in the world around us, which feels very overwhelming and consistent on a day-to-day basis. And so it's more important now than ever to be able to have a practice to come home to yourself. At the end of the day, that is the goal of the Anya Meditation Method. It is for you to build a home within yourself, to be able to hone your discernment, your buddhi, your intelligence, your innate intelligence, so that you know where to go in your own life. And you're not driven by external forces telling you what to do, but you have confidence and clarity from within. The Anya Meditation Method, this foundational course that we are launching for the first time, is structured in a hybrid format where there's a 3-hour live masterclass where we're going to be diving into the foundations of meditation, the history around meditation, what it really is, how your mind functions. And to me, this is again critical. It is so helpful to have a foundational understanding of how your mind works before you start meditating. Because then when you have that foundation, you can be able to explore that within. And I find this flow of theory, application, practice really beneficial. And that was what I was doing when I taught myself how to meditate. I was reading the theory, I was hearing a little bit of the application, and then I was really practicing it in my own body. And when you do it in that way, it becomes a experience that you are integrating in your own mind and your own body and your own soul. And it's something that you're no longer just hearing about theoretically, but you're fundamentally experiencing it, which allows you to stick with it for months and years to come. After this live masterclass, you'll dive into 40 days of recorded meditations where you'll receive every morning an email in your inbox outlining the practice and a link to the recording. We also have an app, so it's very accessible on the go. And these practices are really designed to bring you through these different stages of awareness and to help get your body and your mind in a optimal state to allow you to drop into a deep state of meditation and then move into actually creating and processing different things like emotions or decisions from a deep state of connection with that place of source. So in these guided meditations, you're not just listening to the meditation and then moving on with your day, but you really are building a comprehensive resource and a comprehensive system, operating system for your mind and for your own practice going forward. The goal after the 40 days is that you are equipped with everything that you need to continue practicing on your own. The 40-day structure is symbolic from a Vedic lens. And in my own experience, it is a great number of days. I think everyone operates on their own pace. But in my own experience, I have found when I've really stuck with things for around that time period, it starts to become more ingrained. Yet again, this is a practice that you have to continue to stick with. And so the invitation after the 40 days is that you continue this practice on a daily basis. And it's something, if you ever lose, you can come back to again. Throughout the 40 days, we'll also have a live practice and Q&A where you can ask questions around what is happening in your experience, what you're experiencing in your mind, maybe any challenges or things that are coming up that you want to process in more of a group setting. And then we'll also be having a closing integration call that gives you all of the tools that you need to continue this practice far beyond the length of this program. You'll also be connected with me and an amazing community of like-minded individuals that want to continue to evolve themselves. 40 days of practice is symbolic in many ancient traditions. It is said to be the length of time that can help establish new neural pathways, break samskaras or deep-rooted patterns, and is traditionally associated with starting new sadhanas or daily spiritual connection practices, and ultimately establish new energetic rhythms within the body. So this is why we chose to start with 40 days of practice to really get you in the habit of practicing and establishing these new rhythms and systems within your own life, and to be able to have accountability from me and from others in the community to create and to begin to embody the person that you desire to become. I am so excited to embark on this journey with you all. Meditation has truly been the foundation of my life for many years now, and it is the number one tool, the number one practice, the number one thing that I turn to. I really want to transform the conversation that we're having around meditation as not just this thing that we go do in the morning and then leave, but really the fact that meditation and the state of living meditation becomes the way that we live our lives. It starts to be infused in every single decision that we make, the way that we treat each other as human beings, the choices that we make when we go to the grocery store and what we consume in our bodies, what we consume online, the way we communicate with one another. And all of that, the root of everything is in your mind. So when you start meditating. When you begin to evolve your mind, you are getting to the root of transformation. The root of transforming yourself begins with the depths of awareness of what is happening in your own mind and your own thoughts. For what you think, you become. If this has felt resonant in your own body and you're feeling an inkling, I would absolutely love to have you in this experience with us. The link to early access will be in the description below. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions around the experience, and I really hope to see you there. I can't wait to see what this is going to continue to transform into and evolve into. Also, another big announcement. This is officially the end of season 2. It has been such an honor to be here with you again this season. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you have not yet, please rate us and subscribe to our channel. It means the world, and it allows us to keep creating content just like this to support you and your communities. And we will be back for an even better and evolved season 3 later this fall. So thank you again from the depths of my heart for being here with us. It truly means the world to me, and I am sending you so much love and connection and light as you move through this summer season. Hope to see you soon. Namaste.